Hey everybody, it's the coach, and this is Madden 20 on EA Sports. Ahead, we'll see the runner-up and Rookie of the Year balloting Baker Mayfield and the Cleveland Browns as they match up with the second-year man Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime, but kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, thanks. CA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Inner Harbor at M&T Bank Stadium here in Baltimore, Maryland. Here's a scene a short time ago. The Ravens introduced to this sellout crowd, and through a sea of pyrotechnics, out they came from the tunnel. We're set to go as the Ravens get ready to match up with the Cleveland Browns. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Raven team as they get ready here. Now, losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for the Browns here, they were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Fall is in the air, and the NFL season is in full swing, and we're underway here in Week 4. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So Lamar Jackson, in his second season, the Heisman Trophy winner of 2016, leading the Ravens onto the field. They'll run. Here's Wilson. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. On first, they'll go back to Wilson. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. From the gun, Jackson. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 35. Nice throw there by Jackson. You think about what a boost he gave Baltimore in the middle of last year, led them to victories in 6 of their last 7 games as a starter, replacing Joe Flacco, who had the hip issue. And that strong finish was good enough for the Ravens to capture their first AFC North crown since 2012. And now Jackson's a known commodity. He's the unquestioned starter, and with increased expectations and pressure on the former Heisman Trophy winner. Wilson with a first down carry. Tackle made by Demarius Randall. Well, look now at the starters on the defensive side for the Browns. They were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
Have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw. They ended up getting 4 sacks in the game, stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire time, made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield.
And that's what they told us this week, that pressure on the QB is key. on 2nd and 9. Jackson. He's going to find his receiver, Chris Moore. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. They're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this, and hey, you know, how you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You know, you were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
They'll run on 1st down. Wilson. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. The tackle by Terrence Mitchell. So a look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. They tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Now the Purdue man, this is Akeem Hunt. They'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Akeem Hunt, his first touchdown on the year. And the Ravens take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Justin Tucker for the extra point. And the Ravens lead at 7-0. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it's capped off by a 13-yard touchdown run. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Browns ready to go to work here on offense, and their man behind center, well, that's Baker Mayfield, the #1 overall pick last season, who set a rookie record with 27 touchdown passes. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 24-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Mayfield to throw it. That is caught by the former Gator Antonio Callaway. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a 1st down.
And another thing that makes a comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd and 11 now. Mayfield gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 45-yard line.
It's a gain of 17 yards.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover. The angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Mayfield gives this one to Hunt. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. And a look now at the starting offense for the Browns.
And the focus will definitely be on wide receiver Odell Beckham Jr. after the trade from the New York Giants to the Cleveland Browns. How will he mesh with his new quarterback Baker Mayfield? And can they be the duo that leads Cleveland to the playoffs for the first time since 2002?
From the 39, Mayfield. This one complete to Gresham. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 19.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opened things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
Now the 3rd leading rusher among rookies last year, it's Nick Chubb. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Defensively, here are the starters for Baltimore. They're going to need to be strong against the run in this one.
They're not an elite unit. They're not, as what you'd say, the top part of the league against the run. They're a solid group, though. They do a good job. What they're looking for in this one, though, is an elite performance.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Working out of the gun, Mayfield got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. The numbers for Njoku from a week ago: 10 catches, up over 130 yards, and a touchdown.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that he's off to a hot start here in this first month, and those are the kind of performances you expect to see going forward.
1st and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. Mayfield leaves it for Hunt on the draw. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. Now Mayfield. And his throw is incomplete.
Just looking at it from a defensive perspective, when you break the huddle in the red zone, tight end is one of the guys you've got to key on, because quarterbacks want the ball in their hands fast in this position, and they want to get it to someone. And in this case, he had the play. They just didn't complete it.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. Well, so a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while. But when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s.
A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out? That just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
Let's go. Let's do it.
Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. They had the touchdown on the opening drive of the ball game. It was countered by just a field goal. So, hey, if your guys can do that for 4 quarters, you're in good shape.
Yeah, it is a team game, so that's just good complimentary football. But, I know I'm no brainiac, but you trade 6s for 3s, things are going to work out in your favor.
On the ground, the drive starts with Wilson. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Jackson's throw on target to Willie Snead. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On first down, it's Wilson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
Here we go. 60 yards. Hey, watch your leg.
Jackson now off the bootleg. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Terrence Mitchell. He's had it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
Toe bashed it.
that. Super toe.
180.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Mayfield. That's taken in by Callaway. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. This is Hunt on the draw play. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Mike, 180. Watch time. Tight end's right. Watch time.
Now on 2nd and 13, Mayfield, and it's incomplete, broken up. But there is a flag down. Let's see what that's about. So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football?
And he'll barrel his way into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Kareem Hunt, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Browns have taken the lead.
Well, we got a little bit of everything on that run. Offensive line creating some space, but how about the guy running behind his pads into the end zone?
What does that mean when a guy says running behind his pad?
Means that he's going to be a physical runner. That way he's able to use his shoulder pads, his forearms, anything to ward off people to power his way forward.
Bryant tacks on the extra point, and the lead is now 10-7. Just a 4-play drive that time. And Kareem Hunt, the one to finish it off, as he did so with a touchdown run. And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Lamar Jackson marching back onto the field. And he'll look to rebound from the early interception that led to 6 points the other way.
And when he threw the interception and he had to come to the sideline, I'll guarantee his first thought wasn't about the interception itself, but what could result. And I know he was thinking to himself, come on, defense, bail me out. Well, they weren't able to in this situation. Now he's got to go out and atone for it himself, but he can't force things.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
53, Mike. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo.
Off the bootleg, Jackson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. No chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone.
On the ground, it's Wilson. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done.
Let's go, boys. Bring it.
A gain of 28 yards there and give them a 1st down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-armed guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 25-yard line. They'll run with Wilson out of the shotgun. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Came out in a power set, but that only served to put more men in the box. And guess what? If you're going to do that, you've got to win up front, right? Your offensive guys have got to beat the defenders. They lost all leverage on that play.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Now it's Jackson. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. On the draw, it's Wilson. And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. Now, after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. So on 4th down, here's the Ravens Pro Bowl kicker Justin Tucker out onto the field. From the left hash, this from 37. Tucker's kick is good. Tucker named the league's all-pro kicker for the 3rd time in 2018.
Go ahead and admit it. The only time that you get excited about Justin Tucker kicking is when he actually misses.
It's
and excited
rare.
is not the right word. Surprise is more what we're talking about. 90.1% coming into 2019. He's incredible.
All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. And the Browns getting set to go. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll start with Hunt on the ground. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first. What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it. But a lot of it is just being actors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On 1st down, they go right back to Hunt. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. From the 45 on 2nd down, Mayfield. And this is caught at the 20.
Let's go.
It's a gain of 35.
That was an excellent read right there. Saw cover 1. That means it's just a single high safety. So you know if you throw the ball to the outside part of the field, help is going to be a little bit late getting there. And he puts one out there for a big-time completion.
So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they run it with Hunt. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Check. Big stop, let's go.
Throwing on 2nd down, Mayfield. This is the tight end, Njoku. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. The Browns' passing game finding its stride. They've got another 1st down.
I know I spent a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
Set. 180. Hey, what's that? Hey, what's the ball?
They'll try to run with Hunt. And he takes this one in for a Browns score. Kareem Hunt with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year as his guys are able to regain the lead. And a pair of rushing touchdowns now for him in the 1st quarter.
And I'm liking what I'm seeing from his big guys up front because they're winning the leverage game. How many times we talk about low man wins, right? Move the defensive front aside, create those gaps and holes. He's found his way through them for 2 touchdowns.
And after both of those touchdowns, he went right up to that O-line and hit each of them on the helmet. He recognized it.
That's a smart man. You know what else he should do? If this continues, take them all to dinner.
Bryant's extra point up and good. And that makes it a 17-10 score. And After the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. And at least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
Tackle made there by Myles Garrett. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. On the delay, here's Hunt. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34.
That's the end of the first quarter.
We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. Back deep, Jarvis Landry. This will be taken at the 10. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. Kareem Hunt and the rest of the offense making their way back out there. First month of the season, those numbers pretty solid. Does he continue that?
I think so, because when you come out of the gate this strong, that means that you have planned for it and you like the results that you're getting. So I wouldn't have any doubt that the head coach, offensive coordinator, actually called him in and said, look, you're our guy, okay? We're going to continue to stick with this as long as we're winning games. You ready for the challenge? And then they presented it to the rest of the team. And I think we'll see plenty of that as the season moves on.
And I'm sure he said challenge accepted.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks. And when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
You got three down.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a 1st down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they've put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Mayfield now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's 1st down. They'll run on 1st down. Hunt. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a 1st down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
Check back.
Here's Hunt. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And finally taken down at the 15.
Come on, baby. Let's go.
Hunt again, the ball carrier.
A big play on the ground there. It goes for 36 yards.
36 yards.
This has been a good drive so far, and it's been a running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a first down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. Running with Hunt here out of the shotgun. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Patrick Onwuasor up to make the tackle. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. The quick slant caught. The Browns passing game finding its stride. They've got another first down.
There's so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
On 2nd and goal, the lone man in the backfield is Hunt. Throwing, Mayfield. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Odell Beckham, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor, in effect.
Bryant now to tack on the extra point. And the lead is up to 14. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it's capped off by the Browns touchdown. And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field in this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there's there got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
That one good for 33 and a first.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not in this case.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. A first down run not going to get them a whole lot. Maybe a yard. Yeah, it looks like just 1 yard there. So that'll bring up 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Let's get
At the Browns' 37.
They go play action now. Jackson. It's caught by Roberts.
Let's go.
And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 20-yard line. They were in zone defensively, went with a crossing route. It's always interesting to watch that chess match.
Yeah, and I think safeties don't mind crossing routes against zone because eventually you're going to run into their territory, and that's when they lick their chops in order to get the big hit or a play on the ball.
Offensively, nice execution to find a hole, make the catch.
Ready? 53, Mike.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
On first down, it's Hunt, and he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Now a pass dumped off to his running back.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed, but all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
On 3rd down, here's Hunt. He will push his way down to about the 14. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, that's a big day.
And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Kareem Hunt and the rest of the offense making their way back out there. We're in the 2nd quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, try to get him more involved here on this drive maybe. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. This is Hunt. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Mayfield finding Beckham. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45.
Bartney sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go. Well, let's see who's faster.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. From the 40 now on 2nd down. Mayfield throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. He was looking to get it to Jarvis Landry that time. 3rd down here. The line to gain is the 33 on third down. From the gun, Mayfield. He's got an open man. He completes it to Callaway. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 22-yard line.
And the Browns first down.
Mayfield now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb, and he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun, and they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Mayfield looks to throw. And it's caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. David Njoku, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage.
The big fella was the recipient there for that touchdown pass, and it seems like more and more the tight end is the guy you have to worry about most in the passing game.
Here's Bryant for the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now. So a nice drive put together there. They go 75 yards in 9 plays. And it ends with a touchdown for Cleveland. And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. That really sets them back. A loss of 6.
Brandon, that play certainly felt like what I call a tendency breaker. 1st and 10, they dial up a draw play. That's not a normal situation, but give credit to the defense. They weren't fooled at all and really finished off the play.
Set, hut, and read. Mike 58 right there. In the face.
Jackson now off the bootleg. And this is complete to Moore on the comebacker. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds.
58 to Mike.
Leads to 3rd down and 3.
They'll try to run for the first down with Hunt. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
Well, that was big right there because they're in the bottom 5 in the league and converting on 3rd down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, 3rd down conversions. So they got one there. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Hunt. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Morgan Burnett, and his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Kareem Hunt and the rest of the offense making their way back out there. A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it.
And he's going to be stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. Nothing there for him. Second down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for this secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
They'll run on first down. Hunt. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 21.
One of the selling points of the in route is it gives the quarterback a really nice sight line to his receiver and almost on a direct shot able to throw the ball into the middle of the field and have a great chance of success as they did on that play.
Check 41. Rip right.
On first down, it's Hunt, and he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
The throw over the middle taken in, and he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
One of the feature points of the in route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful not to wait too long and let his receiver wander into some tough territory. If he's late with the ball, he can get his receiver hit and hit hard.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
180. Let's go. Better free. Let me go.
Mayfield now. This is caught. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. David Njoku with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Now, he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Bryant now to tack on the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it's capped off by the Browns' touchdown. And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call it in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. From the 30 on second down, Jackson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on second down. They run with Hunt. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Sam Cook now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. Landry now on the return. And that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. Kareem Hunt and the rest of the offense making their way back out there. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game planned for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success, at least so far here in the second quarter. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. To throw, Mayfield. And he fires one that's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
They'll run on 1st down. Hunt, and they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
You ain't doing nothing today.
To throw is Jackson. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Now Jackson. And he's got Snead. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. On the ground, it's Edmonds. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Ravens get a bit closer.
Well, that touchdown certainly helps, but they've got to go ahead and convert, get to the half, and figure out how to keep chopping down this lead in the second, don't they?
Yeah, they still need to regroup, and they still need to end the second quarter strong. A little bit of time left. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that'll cut the lead down to 18. A drive there of just 4 plays, and it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Kareem Hunt and the rest of the offense making their way back out there. He's already cruised past the 100-yard mark. We haven't even gone away for halftime yet.
He might not want halftime. All right, why cool off?
Keep everybody here.
Let's stay out on the field and keep going. But all that being said, everything is really working well for them. The play calling's been excellent. The blocking's been terrific. And obviously his vision and legs have hurdled him to this big number so far. We could be seeing something really special here.
And we'll see how much they give him the ball here. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. They'll run it here with Hunt. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Trying to lay one up deep. That's caught inside the 20.
That's it, baby. We got work.
So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a bit. But first, time for a trip around the league on this final weekend of September. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. In the game you're watching, it's been Baker Mayfield with a strong first half. His 3 touchdown passes have his guys out in front as we hand things back over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half. See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
We got three. I got it.
Mayfield to throw it. That one is caught by Hunt. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
This quarterback now over 300 yards down for the game, and time to improve on that as he's got a 1st and 10. On the run, this is Hunt. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Hey, pull one mic.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
2nd and 5 now. Mayfield. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 37.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. A run for Nick Chubb. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Mayfield off the play fake. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Landry. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. That one covers 29 yards, first down. On first down, it's Hunt. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, but sometimes the other guys make a play against you. What's that expression they like to use in the NFL? Those guys get paid too, you know.
Yeah, in college they say, hey, they're on scholarship too. In the NFL, they're getting paid too. With the day he's had, you can have one go in the wrong direction.
48.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
Hey. 4 down.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And he's got this one complete to Callaway.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
And he's brought down. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being...
And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Kareem Hunt taking it in. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now, no question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. Yeah, what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead. Here's Bryant for the extra point. And they open the lead up now to 25 points. So a nice drive put together there. They go 75 yards in 9 plays. And Kareem Hunt, the one to finish it off, as he did so with a touchdown run. And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Throwing is Jackson. He's going to find his receiver, Chris Moore. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches. Now it's Hunt. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the 3rd down play.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
They'll run on 1st down, Edmonds. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
From just shy of midfield, Jackson. Roberts got it. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
Let's go.
16 yards on that one and a Raven first.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 37-yard line. They'll run on 1st down. It's Hunt, and brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
They'll run. This is Hunt. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Well, touch and timing are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. It's a 6-yard pickup. It's still a few chain links short, it appears, with 4th down coming up. Tucker's kick is good. And they're back within 3 scores as it's now a 22-point game. Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Kareem Hunt and the rest of the offense making their way back out there. I guess it kind of goes without saying at this point, but he's had a great game, as we like to say, a nose for the end zone, no doubt.
Continues to find it throughout this game, and I'm sure he's got a nice place to live. He might want to make an offer on the end zone for a second home because that's what it's been like throughout this contest. He knows how to get there, and boy, he looks happy when he does.
He's already bought all the property in the end zone. That's the problem. He's going to sell to himself now. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Here's Mayfield. And he completes it to Hunt. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a first down.
It's a gain of 10.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
On first down, Hunt. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Mayfield. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 43. So the 14 yards actually takes him from 143 to the other for 1st and 10. Off the draw, here's Johnson. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
I have zero rooting interest in either team in this game. I only want a good game. But with all the offense we've seen from them tonight, it's kind of nice to see the defense step up and make a big play.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were ever going to get him in the backfield. Nice to see him get a stop.
Don't get nervous.
On 2nd and 12, Mayfield. It's caught at the 10. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. It's a gain of 35.
Just more of the same there, partner. Guys have just been running free in the secondary this entire game. No pass rush, a lot of passes completed. Been an easy day for him.
Check 48's the mark.
So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. The run defense, they have been porous at times today, but not that last go-around.
No, they really tightened it up, didn't they? They finally got themselves a win because all game long we've seen them get gashed. This time they played their responsibilities, played their keys, and made a nice stop.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Now Mayfield. Njoku pulls this one in. He's got it for a Cleveland touchdown. David Njoku there to make the grab. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that, truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. And there's going to be a stoppage here. The booth wants to take another look at this potential touchdown. They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for, and this touchdown will count. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So that one, an 8-play drive, it spans 75 yards, and it ends with a touchdown for Cleveland. And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's coming together for you. The big guys up front have created space. You've run through it. You've probably gotten some help even from the wide receivers who want to catch passes as opposed to block, but they're helping out too.
Yeah, everyone's pitching in. He's had a good game. They'll begin the drive with Hunt. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
You know, it's become cliche, but we have seen it and observed it. When runners have days like what we're seeing right now, they often take their offensive linemen out for steaks afterwards, don't they? They all go buy them dinner. But after a play like that, he might reduce it, might go to the corner and just grab a hot dog or two, huh?
Hey, I mean, they've still been blocking for him well in this game. They don't get one mulligan up front.
Okay, so what we're saying then is we're going petite filet instead of porterhouse. How's
8 ounce.
that?
8 ounce is good.
All right, just checking.
Play action. Now Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Myles Garrett in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. On 3rd down, it's Hunt. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought up a punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
On is the punter, Cook, who sends it away. Now Landry. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. Elsewhere, second half is underway up in Orchard Park. The Patriots, they've widened their lead even further. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. The Browns drive about to get started. The last time out, another touchdown, and I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the fourth quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport.
That's
the roads
true.
will be fairly clear by the time we have to leave the booth.
Well, the offense has had a big day. He's been great running the football, but I don't think anybody liked that last result.
No, they didn't like the last result at all, but they have to look at it in total, don't they? They've had a big day running the football. You take an occasional loss or an occasional bad play along the way, but all in all, they have to like what they've done.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. Trying to get it to Landry there. And now it's third down. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. He'll let it go. And this will be caught at the 30. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. One heck of a third down conversion. 33 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for first and 10.
Let's bring it.
Mayfield gives this one to Hunt. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
The first down run got 5. Here's second and 5.
Here we go. Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
Mayfield. That's taken in by Callaway. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean, the whole team has picked it up. And don't forget, that means the offensive line has had to pass protect pretty well, too.
Yeah, everyone dialed in. They'll run on first down. Hunt. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Looking to throw on second down. Mayfield. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football.
And he takes this one in for a Brown score. Taking it in from a yard out as his guys continue to pour it on. And that rushing touchdown, his fourth, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
Bryant's extra point up and good, and that will extend this big lead. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And Kareem Hunt, the one to finish it off, as he did so with a touchdown run. And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's up over 100 yards, and he'll be looking to get in the end zone again.
Has a tremendous nose for it, doesn't he? The ability to pile up yardage and find the end zone, that's the combination you want in your runner.
That's a combination any coach wants, and we'll see if he can find that end zone once more. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. The stop was made by Jannard Avery. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. 3 quarters have come and gone. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Baltimore. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair.
Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Watch the pass.
From the 29, Jackson. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. If you go back to OTAs in May, Chris Moore, he's a guy that a lot of people saw as a breakout candidate. 4th-round pick back in 2016 and hasn't really shown a whole lot in limited playing time so far in his career. 44 career catches in 3 seasons. So 2019 figures to be an important one if he wants to prove his wares in this league.
Man left, man left. 4 down, 4 down.
On first down, it's Hunt, and not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up second down.
Brings up second and 10. Go. At their 49-yard line.
Throwing on second down, Jackson. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens.
Let's go, baby.
On 3rd down, Hunt. And to the 49-yard line, but no further. And obviously he is well short of the first. 7 yards on the carry there, but now they're staring at 4th down.
Well, the guys who are paid to make the tackles deserve some kudos there, but I think they deserve even bigger ones because in that situation, they had to be thinking pass. Loosened up defense, going to pass coverage. Instead, maybe they surprised them a little bit running the ball, yet they rallied to it and stopped them well short of a first down.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Now this is fielded in the end zone. So possession goes over here on the punt. And this offense is going to take over at their own 20-yard line. Beckham and the Browns set to take over again. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. Throwing, Mayfield. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. The Browns on 3rd down. They've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. A carry here for Hunt. And he is not going to get the first down as he'll spot this at about the 28.
You know, we might start getting some props here in the booth. You know, that one that says the D and then the fence that you put up next to it. How about that? They brought out the jumbo package and still couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage enough to pick up that first down.
Impressive. They were ready defensively for that jumbo set. Here's Britton Colquitt now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Normally, that's not the down and distance that you call a draw play. You usually want to wait to 2nd or 3rd down with a definite passing situation before that play is dialed up.
Now on 2nd and 13. Jackson nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Myles Garrett in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. He's looking for another 4-sack game. That's how many he had last week. That's his 3rd.
And when I watch him rush the passer, the thing that always comes to mind for me is how well he uses his hands. The martial arts stuff that a lot of guys do in the offseason to work on those, paying dividends for him. He's getting home in a big way.
Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Boy, and now they can't even get a play off.
Delay of game, offense.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long.
Here we go.
On 3rd down, they run with Edmonds. And they'll get him down right at around the 11-yard line. That'll be good for 6, but now it's 4th down.
Well, they got off the field on 3rd down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
Here's Sam Cook now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And taken right at the 35. 51 yards on the punt there. And out will come the offense as they take over. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. We've got a lopsided game here. I don't know, Charles, what does the handbook say that we discuss when we've got a game like this in the fourth quarter?
Hold on a second. Let me thumb to the proper page on that. Know what it says?
What?
Let's discuss how we got here. This is a dominant performance, where they took control of this game, how they've managed to keep control of this game, and then we go ahead and think about how we're going to leave here and get to the airport. In a lopsided blowout, the roads are usually open.
To begin the drive, here's a handoff to Hunt.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice hit.
The UCLA product, Kenny Young, had the tackle.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And there are the numbers. Got off to that torrid hot start. We thought he was in for maybe a career day. Not the case.
No doubt about it. It almost looks like a misprint after what we saw in the first half. But let's give a little bit of credit to the guys on our side of the ball. They went in at halftime, made a few adjustments, and you know what else? They didn't lose their confidence in their ability to play. Because a lot of times you get beat down in the first half, it gets ugly in the second half. They've come out with a new resolve and a renewed determination.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
The best play callers in any league know how to break their tendencies. They study themselves, they self-scout, and they realize most of the time you don't call a draw play on 1st and 10. So every so often you insert that play just to make the defense think, even if it's not successful.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Here I come again. Here I come again.
From the gun, Jackson. Snead's got it. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Snead figures to be an important veteran presence for Lamar Jackson. 2 years ago, it was a disappointing 2017 for Snead. That was in New Orleans, but then had a bit of a bounce-back campaign a season ago in his first go-around with Baltimore. 62 catches, 650 yards. Did have surgery in the offseason on his left index finger, but back to full health and ready to go. Jackson now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. This is Hunt on the draw play. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
After a play like that, everyone on defense has got to go to the defensive line and give them their kudos. They destroyed everything inside. No place for the runner to go with the ball.
Now the wolf. 53 is the mic. Know your job.
Now on 2nd and 13, Jackson. And a tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 44-yard line. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 44-yard line. They'll run with Hunt. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Jackson, and this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. That right there, a good sign for a team that's had trouble converting 3rd down so far this year. They're in the bottom 5 in the NFL, but they come through there.
Yeah, and I bet if we put our guy Marvin on the case and say, Marvin, tell us where they rank on 3rd and what, right? I bet they're in the top 5 in the league on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7 or more, because that's how you end up not converting. Just too much yardage to pick up on 3rd down.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Draw play, Edmonds. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it, because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
From the 29, Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 12-yard line.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Jackson now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10.
Let's go, defense.
Going to give this time to the tailback. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
They go play action now. Jackson. And he whips that one incomplete there. Trying to get it to Willie Snead there. And that'll make it 3rd down. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Now it's Jackson. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Another incomplete pass there. What do you take from this game offensively?
Well, you know it's tough to really analyze for them because it is a team game, right? And let's be honest, though. The defense did them no favors in this one at all. Offense actually moved the ball, So, bottom line, film session, defense, it's going to be a real tough one for them. Offense, they'll get a little bit of praise.
And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. The outcome of this one, well, we know who's going to win it. It's just all window dressing at this point. Got me thinking, what's the biggest blowout that you've been a part of as a player, broadcaster?
No, I'm not going to go to the player part because when I think blowout...
Because you won every game as a player.
No. I think about being blown out. And no one wants to go back to those memories. But, when I was calling college football, I saw a game that, team put 70. I actually saw it happen twice. A team put 70 on their opponent. And in the NFL, in the 2017 season, I saw one of those changing of the guard games where a team that hadn't been very good before now was dominating and kicking around a team who had been ruling their division.
And that's when you earn your paycheck, right?
Yes,
As the analyst, you got to fill that time.
You've got to know what's going on out there and how it all happened.
Well, obviously, that begs the question, what game was it?
That was Seattle hosting Los Angeles, the Rams.
Yeah.
Their second meeting of the season, and the Rams turned it around from their first one and blew out the Seahawks.
So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
On first down, they go right back to Hunt. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 48-yard line.
From just shy of midfield, Mayfield looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. Brandon Carr on the coverage there. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
He's got an open man. He completes it to Callaway. They convert on third with a gain of 22. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Now it appears we've got an injured Raven down there on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. On 2nd and 15 now. Mayfield. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against the zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. And now the third down throw incomplete as well. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. He was true on his first. This a tough one from 49 yards away. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Set to kick off.
Bryant now, after hitting the field goal, gets set to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. They were trying to create some space to run. They created the penalty.
And you work on it so much. You work on it so hard. But it's tough to simulate game speed in practice. That often runs you into a penalty.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal. And I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not all now joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So they'll take the benefit even though they wanted the 6 points.
And maybe wore down the other defense. We'll see. And this will probably be the final play before the 2-minute warning.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
Now on 2nd and 16. Jackson. He's got a man on the crossing route. That's Moore. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. A run on first down, but it's not going to get him much, maybe a yard, and that's all. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. On on 2nd and 9. Jackson. And this is incomplete. Chris Moore was the intended target. But now it'll be 3rd down. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the first. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Sam Cook now. He's been terrific so far. Oh, he's going to go ahead and field it from the 3-yard line. It'll wind up being a net of 41. 9-yard return, 50 on the punt. And the Browns will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Here comes the Browns offense back onto the field. And a few kneel downs should come very close to finishing this one off, depending on whether or not we see any defensive timeouts. They still have 2, but using them would just be prolonging what's really already been decided.
Check 41. All you get is a headache. All you get is a headache.
They'll start with Hunt on the ground. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Check number 6. Check number 6. Heavy. Watch the backfield.
So instead of running, Mayfield's going to throw it here. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
Here's Britton Colquitt now as he's on to punt for Cleveland. Let's take it inside his own 40. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Now on 2nd and 13, Jackson. It's complete to Snead. And he's got this down to the 35. The Browns will quickly use their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Get in the weight room.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Jackson. It's caught by Roberts. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 15-yard line. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Cleveland, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they'll get another road test next week as they have to go to Santa Clara to take on the 49ers. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, they'll drop down to 1-3. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Heinz Field to take on the Steelers.